It was a rainy afternoon in the small town of Willow Creek when Officer Daniel Hart first heard the whimper. The sound was faint, coming from a collapsed shed behind an abandoned farmhouse on the outskirts of town. He stepped carefully through the wreckage and found a soaked, shivering puppy, no collar, no name, just mud-covered fur and frightened eyes. Daniel took the pup into his arms without hesitation. "I've got you, little guy," he whispered, wrapping him in his coat. At the station, no one came forward to claim the dog, so Daniel did what his heart already knew. He brought him home. He named him Shadow, because from that day on, the pup never left his side. As the years passed, Shadow grew from a frail, quiet pup into a strong, loyal companion. He waited at the door every day for Daniel's return from work, trotting out to greet him with a wagging tail and a proud bark. They hiked together through the woods, shared silent sunsets by the lake, and even patrolled town together when Daniel worked late. Shadow wasn't just a dog. He was Daniel's partner, his family. One autumn morning, Daniel left for his shift, kissing Shadow on the head like always. But this time, he didn't come home. There had been a bank robbery in town. Shots fired. Officer Daniel Hart was caught in the crossfire while shielding a child. He didn't survive. The whole town mourned. Daniel was more than an officer. He was a friend, a protector, a man with a quiet smile and a kind heart. At the funeral, as the flag was folded and the final salute given, Shadow sat still by the casket. He didn't cry. He didn't move. He just stared, as if waiting for Daniel to wake up. The family tried to take Shadow in, but he slipped away the next morning. And he returned to Daniel's grave. Every single day, Shadow walked the same path. Down the lane from Daniel's home, past the old maple tree where they used to sit, across the quiet cemetery gates. And there he would lie next to Daniel's grave, head on the cold stone, waiting. Rain or shine, summer heat or winter snow. People began to notice. Some left food, others took pictures. But Shadow never begged, never barked. He was on duty. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The townfolk began to call him the Silent Sentinel. Once, a reporter came to film him for a local segment. The video went viral. Messages of love and tears poured in from around the world. But Shadow remained unchanged. He had one purpose, one place he belonged by his best friend. One winter night a heavy storm hit Willow Creek. The winds howled, snow fell thick, and power flickered across town. Many worried about Shadow. At dawn, when the snow cleared, they found him nestled at the grave, covered in frost, but alive. His body curled, as if guarding Daniel in eternal vigil. Years passed. Shadow grew older, his muzzle gray, his steps slower, but the walk never stopped. Even when he had to limp, even when his legs trembled. Every morning, he'd make the journey. One spring evening, he didn't return. They found him. The next day, lying at Daniel's grave, eyes closed, peaceful, as if he had simply fallen asleep next to the one person he had loved most. The town buried Shadow beside Daniel, beneath the same oak tree they had both loved. A simple stone marked his place, Shadow, faithful to the end. Today, visitors come from miles away to see their resting place. Some leave flowers, others sit in silence, but all leave touched by the silent story of love and loyalty. And sometimes, just sometimes, when the wind is just right, it's said you can hear the faint sound of a bark, echoing through the cemetery, loyal as ever. Moral message: a dog's love asks for nothing, yet gives everything. In loyalty we find the purest form of love.